I deserve more money. If you started to watch this video right now, that's probably how you feel. I'm here to help. In this video, I give you short and long-term actions to make sure that you can increase your salary now, but also to make sure that you can increase your value long-term. If you're ready to put some work into it, then keep watching. Hey, my name is Greg. I'm a master coach. I help people, teams, and organizations to know themselves, to design their future self, and to become their future self. I'm here to help you live a life where you have control. To start with, I wanted to give you a little bit of my personal experience about salary raises. Okay, I never asked for one. You might think that does not bode well for talking about a topic that I actually haven't practiced. The point though is that my salary did increase from the moment that I started as a young analyst to eventually becoming a vice president and managing director. I actually came back to the numbers and checked how much it had increased over those 15 years from being an analyst to eventually a VP. From my starting salary to the moment that I left my corporate job, it actually went up by a factor of 16, which is an increase of 1,500%. That's a compound annual growth rate of 20% per year. Not bad. So I never asked for a raise because my salary increased at a rate that obviously I was not dissatisfied with. And it's only looking back that I could connect the dots about what I did to actually get those raises without never asking for them. And in short, it's all about adding value and being trusted. Step one for this grand quest about making more money, and maybe a corner office, is to benchmark your role. So tip number one, use websites like Glassdoor, Payscale, or even LinkedIn Salary Insights to get a ballpark figure. If you want a Silicon Valley type of salary, you might struggle if you're located in the middle of nowhere. Except if you're a complete remote working wizard, then good for you. These platforms that I mentioned offer a range of salaries for your experience, your location. Just input your details and voila! You have the average salary for someone in your role. Keep in mind that those numbers are averages, so you can go higher than that depending on your skills, your results, what you've done with the company, how long you've been with them, or it can be lower than the average. Remember that 90% of people in a room will tell you that they are better than the average driver. For the hardcore among you, then you can visit your government labor statistics website, like the Bureau of Labor Statistics website in the US, for instance. I know it sounds like where the fun goes to die, but it's a treasure trove of up-to-date regional specific salary information. It's time to be more specific about the value. Benchmarks won't help you explain your value to your boss. KPIs, metrics, performance markers, call them whatever you want. These are the stats that you need to keep an eye on. Like how many followers you've lost on Instagram after posting a picture of you eating a pineapple pizza. Alright, you pineapple lovers. So where do you find those markers for your job? In your job description. If it's well written, you should have the results expected from you there. Or it's part of your annual discussion on your objectives. Or in more involved companies, you might actually be driving this effort of creating your KPIs together with your peers and eventually being reviewed with your boss. Once you have them, make sure that you keep track of them. Keep a laser focus on following those results. You want to make sure that you align your efforts with those KPIs. It's very easy to get distracted by other people's requests. And if you don't have those metrics in place, then ask your boss, or even better, you can create them yourself. Taking initiative is usually well regarded. When you have a performance review at the end of the year, or you're having a specific discussion about how you want to have a raise, then you will be armed with factual data about how good you are. You like this video so far? Then you know what to do, and also subscribe and put on the notifications for more content like this every week. And check out all the other resources in the description which talk about the same topic, about how you can improve your value and get some more money. Building trust around you is a secret sauce to increasing your value in the eyes of others. Not by stepping on other people, but by giving them a reason to lift you higher. Let's break trust down into its building blocks: integrity, intent, capabilities, and results. Think of them as the 4 food groups that you need on a healthy career plate. I'm not sure about this metaphor. Starting with integrity. This is the you had one job of trust. Simple things like meeting deadlines, keeping promises can go a long way. A promise kept is a trust point earned. Make fewer promises but keep them all. people will start trusting you a lot more. Integrity is also acting upon the values that you have, so it's important that you know yourself. If you feel you don't know yourself well enough, check this video out. Next up, intent. This isn't about you revealing how you will become the office overlord. It's about making sure that people know that you are on their side. Be proactive in offering help or solutions. You don't need to be a hero, just be there for people around you. Sometimes it's just about listening to them. In a work environment, it's very easy to fall into transactional relationship where people essentially want something from each other. So ask yourself this simple question. Is my intent positive for other people when I interact with them? Capabilities are like your corporate superpowers. If you don't have much of it, no worries. Capabilities can be developed, of course. You just have to be curious, like a toddler learning to walk. Take courses, read books, watch videos, do whatever it takes, and just maybe, then listen to other people who know better. If you want to get the right type of mindset for learning and growing, then you might want to read the Mindset book from Carol Dweck. And if you want to learn more about how to be very efficient with your learning, check this out. Finally, results. All the integrity, positive intent and capabilities in the world won't mean anything if you can't deliver zilch. That's why KPIs are important, because they drive for measurable results. A good book about this is Measure What Matters from John Doerr. And keep a record of your achievements. This is not for gloating. Well, not just for gloating. As we said, is to make sure that you have hard evidence when you want to ask for this raise, or just for a performance discussion. If you want to learn more about this number one way to create value, which is trust, check this out. It's time for the Oscar-worthy performance of your career, shining. Think of this step like social media. It's not enough to take a nice, good selfie about yourself. It's important to share it to get the likes, or in this case, the raise. Here we have two pillars. One is networking, the other one is communication. You know, the things we think we do when we're scrolling through Twitter or we are discussing the best Marvel movie with coworkers. First off, networking. Start internally. Become that guy or gal who knows one person in every department in the company. The more people you know, the more they will be able to vouch for you, particularly if you've been working on building trust with them. It's like being popular in high school, except that the stakes are much higher and they actually matter a lot more, and hopefully the cafeteria food is better. And don't forget the big world outside of your office. Industry events, webinars, good old LinkedIn can connect you to a lot of different thoughts, perspectives, and people. Now on to communication. If networking looks like a neural network, then communication is about how fast the neurons are firing and how they fire together. Share your value. If you landed a big client or if you've made a project go very smooth, then make sure that you're sharing this. Just a quick email or a shout out in a meeting, or you can even put a LinkedIn message, or you can repost if there is an achievement from your company that you've participated into. And make sure that you mention all the other people who have contributed and help you. This will reinforce the network part, and you will build more trust with them. Contribute your unique perspectives in meetings, and if you're bold, why not starting to write an article, a blog, etc. Becoming a thought leader is not for the happy few. It's something that we can all do, and it's something that you can show on LinkedIn or elsewhere. It's a genuine path to value recognition. But I'm an introvert, Greg. I don't want to get out of my cupboard. People are scary. There are plenty of successful, visible introverts out there. They don't chat to every stranger in the street. What they do is produce content that matters to them and that people want to learn to listen to watch. There are 8 billion people on this planet. Some people desperately want to hear you and what you have to say. Your vibe is your tribe. Let's face it, if you're expecting to go from intern to CEO overnight, then you're gearing up for an awful lot of disappointment. And if you're expecting too little, then you're selling yourself short, which I can't let you do that. Firstly, what do you actually need from this raise? A sense of validation? A new speedboat? Or maybe just enough to cover your increasing rent and your love for artisan coffee? Make a budget. That sounds simple, but many people just don't do that. Know what you need to live comfortably and also to achieve your financial goals. Asking for a raise becomes a number game, not a "can I have some more" Oliver Twist moment. You want to know more about how to build a powerful budget aligned with your life aspiration? Then check this out. Now on to the beast lurking in the depths of overachievement, imposter syndrome. It's when you feel like you're pretending to be an adult when you secretly fear that your boss will discover that you still eat cereal for dinner. Understand that feeling like an imposter is something which is totally part of being a human being. Embrace this sense of discomfort as a sign of growth, not deceit. And even if you feel like you're pretending, then remember this saying, fake it till you make it. It's not terrible advice. Keep in mind one thing, the more you will get a raise, the more you will feel that imposter syndrome possibly, because the more money you have, the more you will feel, ooh, am I earning too much money? So be careful with that. If after considering those 5 key ways to improve your chances to get a raise and improve your value, you're still not getting that raise, then you have a couple of choices in front of you. The first step is to fight for it, to have the difficult conversation and to have presented all the proof that you have of your value. Or eventually you might have to decide to leave for a place where your value is going to be recognized because it's just not part of the values of your organization right now. Because if you've done all of this, then you're truly exceptional. Let no one make you believe any other way. I will leave you with a quote from Henry David Thoreau, who is an American naturalist, essayist, poet, and philosopher. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. So this will help you hopefully make money sustainably. But what do you need money for, and how does that contribute to your happiness? If you're interested in answering those questions for yourself, then check this video out.